Chapter 32. Angela's POV. 55 vouchers. The moment Ethan sat down directly across from me, I knew. This wasn't a coincidence. This wasn't polite social overlap. This was a setup. The chair scraped softly against the floor as he settled in, all tailored confidence and familiar posture. He looked good. Annoyingly so. Dark suit, relaxed smile, the version of Ethan that had once known exactly how to disarm a room and me. My stomach tightened. Across the table, Liam's mother watched with composed interest, her expression carefully neutral. Beside her, Ethan's father leaned back, fingers steepled, eyes sharp. They planned this. I felt it click into sickening clarity. They wanted to expose the lie. CE with. They wanted to watch me squirm. To which man I would choose in this battle. Liam's hand was stilled around mine beneath the table. Warm. Steady. I clung to it like an anchor. So, Ethan said. Sly, picking up his wineglass. Angela, small world, huh? Yes, I said coolly. Very small. D. Pays. Orc, calm and you. You look well, he eyes flicking over me in a way that felt too intimate for this setting. You always did clean up nicely. Liam didn't react. He simply lifted his. She does, he said. She has great taste. Ethan smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. I remen. Bag and complain the whole drive home. My chest tightened. That was one time, I said, and they were stale. Ethan chuckled. You still hate stale bread? I still hate people exaggerating, I replied. When she hated formal dinners. Used to sneak bread rolls into her. Across the table, Liam's mother tilted her head, her voice cold and calculating. You two seem familiar. We have history, Ethan said smoothly. Angela and I go way back. I'm aware, Eleanor replied. That's why I thought it would be interesting to have you here. Liam squeezed my hand once. It was subtle, grounding. Our history is in the past, he said evenly. Angela and I are focused on the present. Ethan leaned back. Of course, just reminiscing. He glanced at me again. Remember the road trip to Brighton, when your car broke down and we spent the night arguing over whose fault it was? That was your fault, I said automatically. Ethan laughed. See, still sharp. 12:09 Monday, January 26 GR. Chapter 32. Liam smiled politely. She tells me that story all the time. Ma 7. 74. X 65 vouchers. I turned to him, surprised. He met my eyes. You do, usually when we're stuck in traffic. The table went quiet. Ethan's smile faltered for half a second. Oh, he said. Didn't realize you two shared driving horror stories. We share a lot, Liam replied calmly. I felt the tension radiating off him now, controlled, contained, but very real. The dinner continued like that. Ethan dropped little memories like breadcrumbs. Inside jokes. Old habits. Shared moments designed to exclude. Each one landed like a small cut. And you still take your coffee black, right? Ethan asked. Yes, I said, I do. Liam nodded. Unless it's Sunday, then she lets me convince her to add vanilla. I blinked. Ethan stared at him. She hates vanilla. She hates artificial vanilla, Liam corrected gently. Real extract's fine. I didn't know whether to be startled or touched. I didn't know how Liam had figured that out at all. Maybe it was when he was observing me. Eleanor watched the exchange closely, eyes sharp. My heart pounded. I could feel the weight of every gaze at the table, measuring, calculating. I cleared my throat and stood up. All eyes were on me, but I didn't care. I needed a break. Excuse me, I'd like to use the bathroom please, I said, and before anyone else could say anything, Liam stood. I'll show you the way, Angel. At the nickname, all eyes were on us. He gave me his hand and I took it, desperate for comfort. We walked up the stairs and entered a hallway. Where are we going? I said, and he smiled at me. My old room, he said simply, and I stopped walking. We can't do that now, Liam. Maybe after dinner. I don't want your mother getting the wrong ideas. For example, I ran away. Liam's laugh did something to my insides. Something I didn't or couldn't name. But this was serious. Liam, I'm serious. He stopped laughing slowly and then he turned to me, his eyes holding warmth and another emotion. You looked uncomfortable there. I know you don't need the restroom. I want to make you comfortable. At his words, I melted. I'll be fine. Ethan can't hurt me at all. It's better we go back before your mum gets angry or comes looking for us. I told him, but Liam moved slowly. I backed away, my breath hitching with every step he took. I wanted to push him away, but something stopped me. Something I didn't understand. I gasped when my back hit the wall with a soft thud. Liam braced his hands on either side of me and leaned close. Did I tell you you look beautiful today? He asked, and my breath hitched. Liam, I called out, not knowing what I was calling him for. He stared at me, our lips almost touching, and then he closed his eyes and backed away. We should head back, he told me, and I nodded. We walked back to the table where Ethan was chatting with Liam's parents, and I felt the same unease again. Dinner continued without any unplanned events. 12:09 Monday, January 26 G. Chapter 32. $74. 56 vouchers. Then Ethan set his napkin down. Angela, he said casually, can we talk privately for a moment? The room seemed to hold its breath. I froze. This was it. If I refused, I'd look defensive. Guilty. Like I had something to hide. If I agreed, I'd be abandoning Liam, alone with his parents, in hostile territory. I turned to him. Our eyes met. For a second, I saw everything he wasn't saying. The tension. The restraint. The quiet fury. It's fine, he said softly. Go ahead. I swallowed. I trust you. The words were practiced. For show. And still, my chest fluttered. I stood slowly. Excuse me. Ethan rose immediately, gesturing toward the doors. The garden's quieter. As we walked out, I felt Liam's gaze on my back. The cool night air hit my skin as we stepped onto the estate grounds. I followed Ethan into the garden. And that was when I realized that whatever game they thought they were playing, it had just changed. Tian. A.D. Archer. Love beyond human limits.